Dr. Nathan Goetz.
Here.
Dr. Michael Lyman.
Here.
Mr. Kirk Noggle.
Here.
Mr. Fred Scott.
Here.
Mr. Darren Donovan. Mrs. Steph Eberly.
Here.
And Mr. Leo Blanc.
Here.
Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge
allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
As we begin our deliberations this evening, let us once again be reminded of our duty to represent all of the children of this school community, regardless of age, sex, race, or creed, and regardless of need or ability. This meeting is being live streamed and uploaded to the district's YouTube channel, and may we now have a moment of silence to reflect on our thoughts and plans and actions on behalf of the students in the Shippensburg Area School District, and may we also remember Gerald Fogelsonger, 1971 graduate of the Shippensburg Area High School. Mr. August, are there any changes to tonight's agenda?
Just an update, personnel 4K, Personnel Administration, Director of Operations is Tim Drawball at a prorated salary of $90,000, effective as soon as possible.
I just want to remind the community that the board did meet in executive session prior to the start of the planning and action meeting to discuss personnel matters and real estate. Is there a motion to approve the agenda?
Fred Scott, make a motion to approve.
Motion made by Mr. Scott. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Carey. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Moving on to citizens' comments. We have Katrina Nyman.
Good evening. My name is Miss Katrina Nyman, and I teach at the intermediate school, the middle school, and G Blues, teaching a combination of 4th through 6th grade band, jazz band, and orchestra. Tonight, I want to discuss adding another music teacher to our district in relation to Agenda Item 5L. Our music program in Shippensburg has been striving to serve our growing student community. Since the intermediate school was built in 2009, our district has expanded significantly, adding new classes that all require quality music instruction. Our music ensembles, chorus, orchestra, band, and jazz band are all larger than ever. Currently, we have only 7 music teachers, the same number as in the 1980s. While other departments have increased their staffing, music teachers have been stretched thin, juggling multiple roles to meet rising demands. This limits our ability to provide consistent, high-quality music education. Our elementary music teachers wear many hats, handling classes, rehearsals, and concerts, which are all crucial for student engagement. Many of these students find meaning and joy in participating in music programs, and we believe these things should grow. Research shows that districts with similar programs have nearly double the number of music teachers as our district. We currently have approximately one music teacher for every 450 students, while nearby districts typically have one for every 335. Adding just one full-time music teacher would improve our ratio to about 1 for every 390 students. A few other benefits of adding a full-time elementary music teacher include students would receive a consistent standards-based music education and music lessons. They'd have enough time for both general music and ensemble rehearsals. The district would also reduce the need for music substitutes, allowing our staff to focus on teaching. And high school students would have better access to their instruments during the school day. Every child deserves a well-rounded education that includes music. General music fosters teamwork, creativity, and communication, skills that benefit students beyond the classroom. Our district's plan for 2025 to 2028 emphasizes that every student has unique talents. With another dedicated music teacher, we can enhance our ability to help all students thrive through music. We do want to acknowledge and appreciate the work the board has already done in providing new spaces for our music teachers, and we hope that these spaces are filled with lively lessons rather than sitting empty due to overworked teachers. Tonight, the entire music department is here to advocate for one more full-time music teacher in the Shippensburg area school district. Given our growth, now is the perfect time to invest in the rich music education every child deserves. Thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Nyman. Mr. Alosi?
Thank you, Drew Alosi, 4 McCullough Road, Shippensburg, Pennsylvania. At the last meeting, the board gave direction for administration to re-engage with Park and Rec to further discuss the agreement with Memorial Park. A few questions were asked by board members. 1, can the deadline be extended? 2, what constitutes the increase of $15,000? 3, why was there only 30 days notice? 4, I assume these questions were asked during that discussion and you will be provided the answers tonight. Then during my public comments, I brought up, why did the district cut out girls and boys high school soccer from Memorial Park? I gave a mock schedule to all of you in email showing that one shared turf field would look what it would look like if it was that was given to me by the athletic director in 2023. I did not hear from anybody, so I assume there were no questions. The schedule did not include middle school sports other than football. What was a new schedule for the new turf field provided to the board that did show out all high school and middle school sports as indicated by the athletic director? Were they left out? A board member asked for tangible proof that a schedule shows all sports, middle and high school, can be accommodated on one turf field. Did you receive that? I did not see it on the agenda documents tonight. I have a clear understanding that there is a need for more athletic facilities and upgraded facilities in general, and the new stadium will be a huge asset to the student athletes. They deserve it. As our district continues to grow, and even with more development in the works, I'll say it again, more development in the works, there continues to be a need for more and additional athletic facilities. This is a pivotal moment for the Shippensburg community. And I fear the community is unaware of the vote that will happen tonight. For 75 years, the community has gathered in honor and memory of the veterans that are armed services. The people that live here and grew up here and care about our home know that field is special. So the question tonight is if it will continue to be utilized for district activities and athletics, or will it be abandoned by the district, turning its back on what it stands for? Not once did we hear why it would be beneficial to develop a broader use agreement or have a contingency plan in case for other athletic contests, or having versatility to maintain a working relationship with Park and Rec. I don't understand why there has been so much effort not to do something. It's easy to talk about how bad things are, but it takes the determination and hard work and grit to make it happen. So, hope to hear some more positive things tonight.
Thank you, Mr. Alosi, for your comments. Student reports, Mr. Blond.
Good evening, everyone. Mr. Kressler, I promised to make your job a little easier tonight. I did a little bit of research into sports. Baseball has been playing well in the recent weeks, going 4-2 in their last 6 matches. Softball is hanging on right now for a potential 14th spot in the playoffs. They are 9-6 right now, heading into their final games of the season. Good luck. And track has absolutely been lighting it up this season with so many school records now broken. I know this past weekend, student Rylan Asper broke the 1600 record with a new time of 4:29. Congratulations. In regular events, the Red Cross hosted a community blood drive sponsored by Sash's Student Council on April 23rd. It was open to the community and many more people attended than did the first time. The Red Cross organization was very appreciative of all the participants. Today at the high school, an assembly was held for all students. Its focus was educating students on internet safety awareness. An FBI agent that helps in this area field was the person who gave the presentation, and it was very well done. I believe that many students left with knowledge gained from it and an increased sense of awareness of all the potential threats that the internet can bring. This upcoming weekend marks prom on Saturday, and the court has been chosen. And in the coming weeks, Keystones and AP exams are looming for many students here at the high school. Fun times, and that's all for me.
Thank you. Superintendent's report.
Thank you. Before we get to this recognition, I just wanted to say it was a pleasure to attend the high school senior awards assembly this evening, to hear how many scholarships and how much money our students have earned and the places that they're headed. It's truly gratifying and humbling. And Mrs. DeLong did a great job hosting it. So thank you, Mrs. DeLong. And thanks to high school admin and the counselors and the secretaries and everyone that made that night or that event happen. At this point, I'd like to invite Melissa from ESS to come forward. So just as they're coming forward, I just want to say, there are a lot of unsung heroes in education. Among the most unsung are our substitute teachers who come in every day and do amazing things and fill in gaps, often with little time or notice to prepare. We could not function without a quality substitutes who show up and in many ways and often are embedded in the building as any teacher. So tonight, Melissa is here to honor one of our amazing substitutes. Melissa, if you want to take it over, that would be great.
I am Missy with ESS. I'm the regional manager for South Central Pennsylvania. I want to thank you all for allowing us to present tonight. I have the honor of presenting $2,000 scholarships to very deserving young ladies earlier this evening. I'm usually too loud for one of these, so I'll hold it out here. But this evening, this is about Dr. T. So this is Dr. Tiffany Weaver. She is a substitute for ESS. She's an adjunct professor at Shippensburg University. She is a Shippensburg resident, and she has literally substituted almost every single day of this school year. She's not a building sub, so she doesn't get any extra pay. Nothing but the joy of being with fourth graders and high schoolers. So I wanted to take this moment to thank her for all that she does for our district and our community, our students, and wish her the best for her adjunct position in the fall. We will be losing her 3 days a week. And to thank her for her continued loyalty to Shippensburg School District. Thank you so much.
That concludes my report. Thank you. Thank you, Melissa. Thank you, Tiffany.
The consent agenda, we have the approval of minutes, recommended approval of the minutes presented and attached from the April 14th board meeting. 4C, we have the 4th and 5th grade science curriculum. 4D, we have the Keola contract for the 25-26 school year. 4E, we have the Shippensburg girls volleyball booster bylaws. 4F is the Ahold Del Hayes USA Giant Company donation of $3,652.88. 4G is the Food Service Management Company renewal and meal prices for the 25-26 school year. 4H is the letters memorandum of understanding. And the 4I, the approval of the Boyo drivers. 4J is the personnel, professional, and support, which includes the 30-day probationary period achievements, extended school year positions, new appointments, which include the director of operation, I'm sorry, that's 4K. So we'll do 4A through 4J. first. Is there a motion to approve items 4A through 4J?
So moved.
Motion made by Mr. Carey, second.
Fred Scott, second.
Second by Mr. Scott. Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Item 4K, administration recommends approval of the following new appointment. The Director of Operations and Maintenance at the Shippensburg Area High School at a prorated salary of $90,000, effective as soon as possible, replacing Curtis Litton. And that would be Mr. Tim Drawbaugh. Is there a motion to approve item 4K?
So moved.
Motion by Mr. Carey, second.
Second.
Second by Dr. Goetz. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? The action agenda, we have item 5A, DJ Jennery contract. Administration recommends approval of the attached contract at the cost of $350 paid from the middle school PBIS donation account. Is there a motion to approve item 5A?
So moved.
Motion made by Dr. Lyman, second.
Fred Scott, oh, go ahead.
Second by Mr. Scott. Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? 5B is the Strauss Entertainment contract for the Shippensburg Area Intermediate School Field Day. Is there a motion to approve item 5B?
So moved.
Motion by Mr. Carey. Second.
Fred Scott, second.
Second by Mr. Scott. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Five C, we have the Shippensburg Area Senior High School trip to Quebec. Is there a motion to approve item 5C?
So moved.
Motion made by Dr. Lyman, second.
Second.
Second by Mr. Carey. Discussion?
Will we be able to get them back?
Yes, Mr. Scott.
Okay.
Did you price in the tariff for that?
They come back a little more expensive than it says there.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? 5D, we have the temporary grant funded social worker job description. Is there a motion to approve item 5D?
So moved.
Motion made by Dr. Lyman,
Second.
second by Dr. Goetz. Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? 5E, we have the appointment of the school physician. Administration recommends the approval of Dr. Baxter Drew Wellman, and that is a one-time $1,500 price increase for the fiscal year. Is there a motion to approve item 5E?
Fred Scott, make a motion to approve.
Motion made by Mr. Scott, second.
Second.
Second by Mr. Carey. Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? 5F is the Nexus Agreement. Administration recommends approval of the attached proposal to provide data aggregation and a unified search engine of district databases through AI-powered inquiries. The one-year cost for the program will be $17,500 and will be paid out of the technology budget. Is there a motion to approve item 5F?
So moved.
Motion made by Mr. Carey, second by Mr. Noggle. Discussion?
This 17.5 will be a yearly cost. It may go up some and come down, but this is yearly.
So new to us, we have a one-year agreement. If we like it, then we would look to extend it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? 5G is the replacement of the Nancy Grayson fire alarm panel and sensors. The Facilities Committee is seeking approval to replace the fire alarm panel and smoke detectors at Nancy Grayson, and this would be a cost of $50,450 paid from fund balance. Is there a motion to approve item 5G?
So moved.
Motion made by Dr. Goetz, second.
Second.
Second by Mr. Carey. Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
5H is the high school basketball backboard system. Administration is recommending approval to remove the 2 basketball backstops from their current location. The cost of removing the backboards and rigging to install the 4 new backstops is $61,045.65, and that is coming out of the fund balance. Is there a motion to approve
Fred,
item 5H?
Fred's going to make a motion to approve.
Motion made by Mr. Scott, second.
Second.
Second by Dr. Lyman. Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? 5I is the intermediate school kitchen floor replacement. Administration recommends replacement of the flat floor tile in the dish room of the kitchen at the intermediate school. This will make it easier to clean and disinfect, and the cost will be $22,828.80 and will come out of fund balance. Is there a motion to approve item 5A?
So moved.
Motion made by Mr. Carey, second by Dr. Goetz. Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? 5J is the access control system update for the middle school and high school project. Administration is recommending approval to add 1 access control and to move and relocate 3 other access controls. The cost of this install would be $31,300 and will be paid out of the construction fund. Is there a motion to approve item 5J?
Fred's going to make a motion to approve.
Second
Second.
by Mr. Carey. Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Item 5K is the Memorial Park lease agreement for the 25-26 school year. Attaches the proposed lease agreement for use of Memorial Park for the 25-26 school year. There is a May 1st deadline for this proposal. Is there a motion to approve item 5K? Being as there is none, motion dies. Item 5L, the 25-26 proposed final general fund budget. The administration is recommending a 25-26 proposed final budget of $75,444,816 in expenditures and a projected revenues of $72,574,958, which is requiring the use of $2,869,858 in general fund balance. $300,000 is from committed fund balance for the 7th grade teaching positions, $1 million from committed fund balance for retirement, and PSER is $500,000 from assigned fund balance for future capital projects, debt repayment, and $1,069,858,100 from unassigned fund balance, and the projected revenues include a tax increase to the Shippensburg area school districts, adjusted Act 1 index of 5.3%. With keeping the debt service line flat on the expenditure side, the deficit comes down to $1,869,858. The numbers can change between now and the final general fund budget adoption. The proposed final budget will be made available for public inspection at least 20 days prior to the adoption of the final budget. The board will tentatively take final action on the 25-26 general fund budget at the June 19th, 2025 Planning and Action Meeting.
Excuse me, Ms. Everly, it's June 9th, not 19th.
June 9th, not the 19th.
May not be here.
Is there a motion to approve item 5L with the date of June 9th instead of the 19th?
So moved.
Motion made by Dr. Goetz.
Second.
And by Dr. Lyman. Discussion?
Yeah, it's just a couple things. So those numbers can adjust, correct? With that, and I know this isn't a budget meeting, but what we're looking at is that including all of the 10 positions?
Correct. And the
Okay.
$200,000 transfer to the capital reserve fund.
Perfect. So that, you know, we will have more discussion about that, but that is what's projected. That's what we have. That's our thing. So that includes everything from SLP teacher, transfer secretary to full-time for a position, an elementary teacher, special ed coach, a music teacher, all of those things. That's included in this budget. Okay. And then just to reiterate, Mr. Ballman, because I remember asking you this about a month ago, in this budget, because other districts surrounding us, mostly north of us, have had budget issues that have talked about cutting programs or positions or whatnot. And we are not doing that in any capacity, correct?
Correct, no cuts.
Perfect. Thank you.
Any further comments, questions?
This is we go to the index at 5.3, correct?
Correct.
If we don't go to 5.3, what changes?
The deficit will be higher than the 1.8 million. Revenues will go down, which widens the gap between our expenditures.
But in the past 3 budgets, we've always received additional funding.
Additional, yeah, the state
So-
has come through with some money.
Do you know what the past 3 years were? By chance, 590, what was it, 590 last year?
It was I believe 560 around
560 and,
good.
160,000.
so technically we could be lower instead of going to the index and probably still come out, because we always, I've been told, come up with the extra money.
Right, if the state comes through. Now, the state has provided more money in the past years. This year, their budget is projecting a lot less compared to last year.
That's what I was told last year too.
Right, and then because their budget isn't passed until they have a date of June 30th, but sometimes they can even extend longer than that. We have to pass our budget before knowing what they're gonna do.
So if we vote for something less than the index and we find out that we need it later, we can actually raise it to the index? Because what I'm hearing is, I don't want to get locked in.
Right, this is just the proposed, so we have 2 finance meetings in May scheduled.
Okay?
So if the state comes out with additional information, we could definitely use that and adjust our numbers accordingly.
So if I vote no on this tonight, we can then potentially raise it in May.
I'm sorry, I'm not following.
If I vote no on this particular motion to go to 5.3 on the index,
Correct.
what I'm hearing is you're saying that if I do vote 5.3, we can always adjust.
You can change it up until the final budget approval on June 9th.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
Any other questions, comments?
So what am I doing now?
We are, it's a yes or no, it's a yay or nay.
This is more of like a deadline. State requires you to pass a proposed budget and then advertise it for public inspection. So this is doing that, and then the final budget will be approved on June 9th.
So this is the first step towards a budget, approved budget, Fred? So this is the, proposed budget. This is what the board is thinking, and this is what has to be advertised. But between now and then, it is able to be adjusted.
So the public will assume, not nobody's fault or nothing, but that we're going to go to 5.3 with this. If they look at this and say they're going to assume the board's going to go to 5.3, am I correct?
Correct, yep, yes.
I guess I'm like Kurt. So if we stay at 5.3 right now, we can drop back down to 4.5 or no?
Correct, yes. We can adjust it.
But I'd be more
In May.
comfortable with 4.5 than I am at 5.3.
We can adjust it in May and come back to in the final budget that I can show the 4.5.
I like everything else on there. I just don't like. Okay.
We had the 5 yeses, the majority in the last finance committee meeting to go to 5.3%. That's why I'm showing the 5.3%. But it can be adjusted until the final.
Any other comments? Caleb, could you do a roll call,
Sure.
please?
Mr. Mike Carey?
I will vote to move it forward with the ability to adjust the tax at a later possible. Yes.
Mr. Levi Kressler,
Yes.
Dr. Nathan Goetz,
Yes.
Dr. Michael Lyman,
Yes.
Mr. Kirk Noggle,
No.
Mr. Fred Scott,
No.
Mr. Jim Bard,
No.
Mr. Darren Donovan, absent, and Mrs. Steph Everly.
Yes.
5 yes, 3 no, motion passes.
Moving on to the discussion agenda, I'm going to read through the titles. If you have questions, feel free to stop me. You can send an email to administration or myself for additional clarification. Item 6A is the Three Monkeys Inflatables contract for the James Byrd celebration. We have 6B, the job description update for the registered behavior technician, and that is attached. 6C is the agreement with Marikey School Special Education Services. 6D is the Therabilities Agreement for the 25-26 school year. 6E is the CAIU agreement for the 25-26 school year. 6F is the NJROTC agreement with the Chambersburg Area School District. And 6G is for the new phone system. Any questions, comments, clarification needed on those items?
6F for me.
6 what?
6F.
Yes.
We get any more kids involved in that?
That is the hope. I've been in, a couple weeks ago, I checked in with the high school counseling office. I think we had 4. So yeah, there's interest and then there's commitment.
Okay.
And just for the record, we are not financially responsible unless we send someone there. So we're not buying slots. We're like putting we have a hold on the spot if we were to decide to use it, and we would have people who are interested. So there's no cost to the district unless we use it.
So in that vein, if the kids that can afford the program participate in the program, is that what you're telling me?
No. So this is kind of like VOTEC, Fred, except we buy slots there. The difference is we're ensuring that we have 5 spots there should we choose to use them. That's what this agreement is. So if we don't have, if we have no students who are interested, we don't pay anything. If we have 1, we would pay the cost for that slot, plus transportation costs. We want to use all 5 of those slots, and I think based on some of the the experiences that I think you heard, there is growing interest in it. Because of this, not to belabor it, but in talking with Chambersburg's superintendent, I think this agreement among the Franklin County schools has allowed them to hire another instructor. So they've expanded capacity, which is exciting.
I understand. I just wonder about kids that can't afford that.
There's no cost to students in this, Fred.
That's all. That's all.
And currently no cost to the district.
Okay, that's all I asked.
And we've reached citizens' comments regarding non-agenda items. And we have one, just identify yourself by name, borough, and township. Which will be taken under advisement, and you'll have 3 minutes for your comments. First up, we have Trish. Mr. Triplett.
Good evening, members of the board. My name is John Triplett. I'm the proud father of Tressa Triplett, a sophomore in the district. Less than a year ago, I stood here before you to advocate for the reinstatement of the girls' varsity head coach, believing at this time that he had been treated unfairly. However, since this, I've had the opportunity to observe his leadership more closely. Now I feel it is my duty as a parent and as a member of the community to speak out about what I've witnessed. 2 things have come painfully clear over the past year. The varsity girls head coach appears to prioritize his interests and his immediate team over the health and development of the basketball program as a whole. This narrow focus has not only hindered the program's cohesion, but has also created an environment where qualified individuals are overlooked.
Mr. Triplett, I will have to just intervene because this is regarding personnel matters. We'd be happy to discuss this with you outside of a public forum. But at this point, because it is regarding personnel.
Okay. Sounds great. Thank you. So you guys got my number, I guess.
We do. We have
Somebody
your
will
contact
reach out to me directly.
information.
Okay.
Yes. Thank you. Tricia?
Good evening. I'm Tricia Macheski, Shippensburg Township, mother of Brady and Levi. As Leo said tonight in his report, today approximately 1,000 students received the safety presentation at the high school. Next week, Agent Lloyd and I will be at the middle school. I believe the faculty will be attending the same session in June. I'm sad Levi never received any of this content, however grateful for the step forward for the rest of the district children. I'm on a journey, one that no mother would ever choose. Because of it, my eyes have been opened to a world of harm that I didn't know anything about before Levi was taken. Children's brains are being rewired by screen time, so are ours. Big Tech's goal is to addict our children. They want all of us hooked, children and adults alike. In doing so, children are also being exploited. Big Tech is not worried about our well-being. They're only interested in our money. I now belong to multiple advocacy groups and support groups made up solely of parents whose children have died due to social media harms. Things like cyberbullying, blackout challenge, suicide, fentanyl poisoning, and sextortion, all preventable deaths. Mark Zuckerberg, CEO and founder of Meta, is concerned about maximizing his profits. I referenced his hunger for money at any cost. Mr. Zuckerberg recently stated that each teenager represents $270 of lifetime value to his company. Mr. Zuckerberg, my son's life was worth more than $270. I've learned that big tech companies could keep our children safe. However, they don't, because they don't have to. A 30-year-old law called Section 230 has loopholes that actually protect social media companies from any liability from what happens on their own platforms. Let me put this into perspective for you. If a car seat malfunctioned and a child died, it would be all over the news. The seats would be recalled and fixed because otherwise no one would buy from that company. Countless children have died because of social media harm on their platform and others, but Meta and their counterparts have so much money, along with powerful lobbyists and politicians in their back pocket, that they can keep killing children, and we will all keep using their platforms, thinking it won't happen to my kid. I'm now presenting alongside the FBI. We'll be speaking to parents in Greencastle next week, Palmyra the following, and are hoping to schedule with many neighboring districts as well. The agents bring the data, and I bring the reason people need to listen. It can happen to any child, and it happened to mine. I heard Dr. Donat's report a few meetings ago about all the places where online safety is discussed in the current district curriculum. While teaching about phishing emails and changing passwords is good, it's not at all what I'm referring to when I say online safety. I'd like to share with you a staggering number. The FBI says there are upwards of about 500,000 predators active daily on the internet. Snapchat's internal documents say that they get over 10,000 reports each month about sextortion alone. I'll do the math for you. That's over 300 per day. Does your current curriculum teach children what to do when they meet one of these bad actors online? I can't protect Levi, but I can advocate for Brady's safety and the teaching of all of our students so that their parents do not have to join my support groups. I'm asking you, what is your plan for next year? When, where, and how will you integrate empowering each of our students with the tools they need to fight the evil lurking on the device in their hand. Thank you.
Thank you for your comments. Board comments. Mr. Noggle,
None this evening. Thank you.
Dr. Lyman,
No, nothing for me.
Dr. Goetz.
Yeah, so I don't know which one of the action agenda, we had the item on Memorial Park, and 2 weeks ago asked for there to be contact between the board or administration and the parks, and I just was hoping that administration could give us a report on how that communication went.
Sure.
Levi was also there.
Myself, Ms. Faunus, and Mr. Kressler met with Josh Mitchell from the Parks Department. We reviewed, we asked 2 questions that were on the board's mind as well. Number 1 was, an explanation of why the steep increase in fees. And Mr. Kressler, please jump in if I'm not remembering correctly. The answer was that was part of their normal fee schedules, and that we were actually getting a break from what they intended to charge. The other one was if we could do an a la carte approach to use of the park, meaning, perhaps having, the first game there, the LBJ game there is a way of kind of like remembering it and closing it, or and otherwise, having a special moment for the park. Mr. Mitchell indicated that they weren't interested in doing an a la carte approach to the season or games. So those were the main crux of our questions, Mr. Levi.
I'd say
Mr. Kressler.
the 30-day clause was also something that the board had questions about 2 weeks ago. Ended up coming out of its being in that athletic committee meeting back in November. I think it was November 6th. I think the school district side, as board members, administration, was under the impression that the goal was to get the lease agreement done by the end of December. Mr. Mitchell said that was misinterpreted, and that wasn't the goal, but it was something with the letter that we get that says we're going to enter talks about this, which we got the letter 30 days, well, close to 30 days ago, that said we have 30 days to make the decision. So he just said there were some miscommunications on that. The other thing, and Mr. August talked about it, the a la carte option, or like a per game option. One of the reasons that he gave to us is that it didn't work was about field preparation and the cost that the borough or Park and Rec puts toward the field. Of course, as the administration was there, myself, like, we can't vote and say, like, we'll give you money to pay for that, but we said, maybe if there's an a la carte option, or we say just a few events, the district could assist in some funding to go toward that. But again, he just mentioned how it seemed like it was an all or nothing thing.
Yeah, and I believe we also discussed the Pizza Hut field. The cost for that use for the season was going to be $9,000, I believe. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, Ms. Faunus did indicate in that meeting afterwards that she feels that we will be okay with scheduling events at the stadium, and that given the condition of the Pizza Hut field, we would be okay not having access to that as well.
Well, that was my next question, is whether we were. I mean, the whole thing is a little strange to me, and I wasn't involved, so but I'm sure it's strange to a lot of others as well, and they're sort of interested in why. I mean, it felt like 2 years ago when we negotiated like a 2-year contract, I felt like we were making progress, right? We're like sort of moving forward in our collaboration, and now things seem to have gone the opposite direction, in a hurry, and it just seems a puzzle. It was always my intention, my thought, that when we initiated our stadium project on our campus, that we would still want and use the park's facilities. I'm just. I would have always assumed that there would be a cost associated with that. It just seems really strange that there's, this contract beyond the cost. The other elements of the contract were, proposed so differently. And I don't know what the right answer is, but I hope that this isn't the end. I hope that we can still come to some agreement. So if anyone out there is listening and, who wants the district involved or the district using park facilities, I think that the district wants to use the park's facilities or could use the park's facilities, but we need a little bit more collaborative spirit, I think, in regards to what the contract looks like. That is all I have. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Bard.
Well, what you're mentioning there, I really think that price tag on that was kind of way high for, not using it for soccer or hockey, or it was just a certain amount of football games. And from what I understand, we haven't used Pizza Hut field for soccer for a year or so. Did you know that?
Yeah, I was going to say the pizza field's in a little bit of rough shape.
It's pretty rough from what I
understand. It could also maybe even be a danger hazard. There's a lot of divots in the field, so it's probably good for safety that we're moving away from that as well.
I just think it's crazy the amount of money. You're talking almost $15,000 more. That's it.
Mr. Kressler.
First thing, Caleb, I know this is the business office, if you ever walked in there, I feel like it's always busy season, but this is especially busy season. But we meet again on the 12th with a Budget and Finance Committee meeting during the Committee of the Whole. And I think that you've given this out, or maybe you haven't. It was Mrs. Lentz when she was here. But could you possibly go back and look at a 5 or 10 year recap of tax increases for the district, if you could? And I know maybe dumb this down for someone like me. I know that I've seen what percent to the index, but maybe see the one slide you have says that the index this year might be an average of an $11 a month increase for Franklin. Could you maybe figure out a way to put that on what it's really looked like for taxpayers in each county? Thank you. The second thing I would say tonight is, Mr. August mentioned it earlier, I went to the Senior Awards Assembly before coming tonight. $2.4 million were awarded to 90 students who are graduating in just over a month. It's the second year in a row that it's been right around that number. It is truthfully amazing, the academic achievements of our students. The other thing I would add is tonight you see those kids, and that's a credit to all of the parents who have invested time and raised quality children. All of our teachers and administrators, and that goes the whole way back to not to be lost in this, is elementary teachers. I saw a couple of elementary teachers poking around tonight. Their former students are now, there's a couple of full ride scholarships given out. Absolutely amazing. So just congratulations to all those kids. Thanks to the guidance department and administrators who put that. This is a long, great MC tonight. It was exhilarating listening to you. But again, just congratulations to all those kids. That's it.
Thank you, Mr. Kressler. Mr. Carey.
It's always good to hear about all the awards. Just one note, I see Mr. Kevin Plaster over there. I just want to, I know you're on the spotlight, works at the borough. He's always been very helpful with any questions we've had through the projects we've got going on here, and particularly help with the extra parking and grass parking and things we have to look at. You've always been very accommodating and help us with questions. I appreciate that.
Mr. Scott.
Number one, are we ever going to do anything? I think Tim Hess brought it up last month. Are we ever going to do anything with the diagrams? Them kids busted their hump the bill for the concession stand, bathrooms, and everything. We'll engineer it before these kids graduate this year. At least to see what they know what it would cost for their project.
I mean, we can. We just need authorization to spend the money to do that, Mr. Scott.
Then when do we need that motion? We ask the kids to do it. It's a project of their schooling, and it's something to show the people what our kids can do. I don't think it's going to cost us a great deal of money to get it engineered.
Why don't we get the kids to bring the drawings to facilities and we'll discuss a path forward.
What'd you say?
See if we can just get the drawings brought to facilities and we'll talk about it next facilities and try to figure out how we can get some pricing for what the kids have drawn. See if we have everything we need.
Okay. I don't want to wait too long because they're going to graduate here pretty soon, and I'd like them to see the start of what they want, or what they started.
Can you ask the CAD class to provide us with drawings?
I can.
Okay, the second thing, I hear about the park. I'm not from Shippensburg, but I played there softball. The basketball courts down there I built. When I started out this 5 years ago, I believed in the park. And I also believed as a community we should support the park. But I don't see anybody else being asked for money except the school board. Southampton, Cumberland, Hopewell Township, all the other places, their parents pay taxes to the Shippensburg School District. If they wanted that park to be supported by they could easily go to their township, tell their township, support the park. But they don't, and they won't. So the park is different. Park needs different things, and it's an expense, and a borough. I just get tired of asking us to support the park when all the other functions don't put any money forward. Southampton, Franklin, I think, and the borough are only two carrying this load, but it's been for years, and they get no support. And that needs to change. And I don't mind us being part of it, but I don't think we should be the only one.
Well said.
That's all I got right now.
I kind of took some of my thunder regarding the senior nights, but honestly, it really is one of my favorite nights of the year. We get to celebrate all of the outstanding achievements of our graduating seniors. And I really wanted to take the opportunity to thank the generosity of the donors. Like Levi said, it was $2.4 million in scholarships were awarded, to include several, or at least I know of one, two, there was one Hale full ride, and I think that there was another one. And I think it was really, like, the students knew that they were going to get a scholarship, but they didn't know the full impact, and it was a complete surprise of how much support was waiting on them. So it was inspiring to see their excitement and gratitude and the bright futures that they had ahead of them. On that same but separate topic, as we celebrate and recognize the importance of realigning our grading system so that more students can fairly compete for the GPA-based scholarships, we just need to continue encouraging enrollment at the career and technical education program, which open up strong, successful pathways beyond the traditional college route. I know, speaking with Mr. Lindenmuth after that event, we really need to realign our grading structure to make it an even playing field, because it currently is not. I know it's on the horizon, but I really hope that by next school year that we can vote and make it a even playing field for both individuals looking to go to higher education at colleges, universities, along with our vocational career tech students. So I'm just wanted to say congratulations to all of our seniors, and that we are super proud of every single one of them. I think, just seeing some of these kids, knowing them since kindergarten, volunteering in their schools, our kids play together, we go to the same church together, and seeing them walk across that stage, just and knowing the impact that has on their families, like every little bit counts. And conversations, regarding the Memorial Park, and some discussions over, do we have enough land? Do we have enough facilities to accommodate all of the athletics and our music art students? So I just wanted some confirmation from Mr. August on what that looks like.
Miss Faunus has actually texted me. She's listening. She's already started the summer schedule for turf. In talking about soccer, I think Leo could maybe speak into this. She's been in discussion with the coaches. They prefer to play on turf.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And so it is the ability to if we don't have lights in time, there would be some opportunity to again communicate with ShipU to use their facilities at least for an evening game, for senior night. So, and I think the desire to play at the park is less maybe driven from the soccer perspective at least, and that her conversations with the coaches have been about playing on turf as much as possible, whether it's during the day and maybe some games at ShipU.
Yeah, that'd be great because I know against all the other teams we play, we're almost one of the only grass fields left that we play on. It's just good experience to be able to practice and play on that, so that'd be awesome.
Yeah, thank you. And the band is part of that summer schedule too. So I'll just throw that out since we have music folks here.
Great. So information date savers, May 8th, there is a facilities committee meeting. May 12th is the budget and finance committee with the committee of the whole, planning and action. May 26th is Memorial Day, so there is no school and the district is closed. And June 4th is the last day of school. Meeting is adjourned.
Wow.
Like it was